that there are forces larger than us people that exist. And I said that the answer was already written. Why did I get tired? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes sense is that I was not supposed to win. Why was I not supposed to win? Is the world a better place now that I've lost? Maybe the win means more to Chase than it would have meant to me. Maybe Chase couldn't handle the loss. Maybe God decided, you know what, Chase has been through enough with mocking and things on the internet. Chase doesn't need the loss right now. Andrew can handle the loss better. Maybe God decided. Maybe if I won, we would have went out and celebrated that night, and Tristan would have smoked a bunch of cigars, and maybe he would have died 1 minute earlier. And maybe I get an extra minute with my brother because I lost. And if that's the case, then I'm glad I lost. You have to have faith in a higher power. There's a lesson in all of this. And I don't need to know exactly what it is. If God decides that for some reason he's going to instantly gas me when I was in perfect physical condition so that I lose, then I have to accept God's decision. And I'll take the punches in the face, like a man.
You see, when someone has attained a measure of success and a measure of global recognition and fame, and is internationally renowned, and their voice matters a lot, and they are well known and recognized, it is very important to pay attention to their opinion, even when it is controversial and even when you do not agree with it. It is very, very wise that when you see that somebody is famous, someone is at the top, somebody is wealthy, well known, it's very important to pay attention to their opinion on certain matters, especially the things that happen to them, the unfortunate situations or certain things that happen to them. Beyond what everybody else is saying, pay attention to their opinion. Even if you may not necessarily agree, you may not necessarily accept it, but life at the top is very different from the reality that the average person lives and everybody is aware about. There is a version of the world that people at the top are used to and are conversant with that those below can never fully relate with. It's different vibration and frequency. What they can perceive, what they are aware of, the things they know, the average person can never understand it. It's just frequency and vibration and where you are at in the game. And why am I saying all this? Looking at all the videos I'm seeing online about the Anthony Joshua incidents and people saying kind of like it was a humiliation ritual, and how he wasn't supposed to win that fight with Jake Paul, he was supposed to lose, but since he went off script, there had to be a balance. Something had to happen to him since he went off script and he wasn't supposed to win that. I've been seeing those theories flying around, and I wouldn't say it's right or wrong, but I will say something. Now it makes sense to a lot of people that okay, Anthony Joshua wasn't supposed to win that fight. A lot of people lost a lot of money, and hence the humiliation ritual. He was supposed to go through his humiliation ritual with that fight with Jake Paul. He wasn't supposed to lose, and people are a little bit much more comfortable and accepted with that opinion. But when Andrew Tate lost and said, could it be? I remember him in a video saying this statement when he was like, could it be that they allowed him to lose? God allowed him to lose. He made reference to God in that video. Could it be that God allowed him to lose just so that to prevent something bad from happening to him after that fight? Maybe his brother would have died if he won. I remember when he made that statement. When he made that statement, I was like, And people were mocking him that he's trying to make excuses. He's trying to make excuses for his loss. No, he lost. He should take responsibility. He should take accountability. He should stop bringing God. And I just looked at all those comments and I laughed. Now, the same people are now like, and the fight with Joshua was scripted. Joshua was not supposed to win. But if Joshua had lost and he made this kind of statement that maybe his friends would have died in a car accident if he had won, people are going to mock him just the same way they mocked Andrew. So all this to say, even if you don't necessarily agree with a person's opinion that is at the top, when they make certain statements, when they say some things, don't be too quick to dismiss. Even if you may not necessarily agree, you don't have to agree all the time, but just pay attention. Because 9 out of 10 times, they know what you don't know. They are living in a version of the world that you do not yet have access to. They understand things about the world that you are still naive to. They know things about the game that you are still blinded from. So when you see people at the top that are well recognized, that are in the game, that are globally famous and have a degree of wealth and recognition, when they say some things about themselves, they may say it in a joking way. They may say it, even if you don't agree with their opinion, don't just despise it. Don't just be quick to dismiss it. I remember when Andrew was saying it, that could it be that he lost that fight, but he needed to lose that fight because if he had won, maybe something bad would have happened to his brother. Is it not the same similar incidents that just played out with Anthony Joshua a week later? And now everybody is somehow acceptable of that opinion, even though a lot of people still think it's just conspiracy theories, which I have my own personal opinions on what actually happened, which I'm not interested in airing out publicly. But I'm just showing you that the people at the top have an understanding of life from a different point of view. They know things that the average person doesn't know. So when they talk, it's not just wise to dismiss. The same people that were laughing at him were like, that didn't allow their sentiments to see through what he was saying. He lost, and now somewhat agreeing. And then Joshua's car crash was a humiliation ritual now. It's amazing how these things work. It's amazing. But right from the first moment Andrew made that statement about his loss, I knew it was something. Right from the moment he made that statement, I knew it was something. Yeah. I have my own opinions about what actually happened on the Tate and the Joshua's fight, but I'm not interested in airing it out publicly. I will just leave it here.